Hey guys, we are back. I have something I haven't done before. I love making new stuff. I love making new stuff and showing you guys all the fun new stuff and talking about the different patterns and trying out the different yarns. But today, I'm gonna give you the top 25 patterns that I've been making. These are all winners. Every single one of these patterns is a win, and I think you guys are gonna love them. Some of them will be no surprise to you. Some of them will be no surprise to you. Maybe some of them will. Some of them are bestsellers that we hear about all the time. Some of the bestsellers that we hear about all the time did not make the list. Anyway, here we go. I wanna dig into this. We are gonna count down from 25 all the way to number 1. Please know that just because something on here is on the bottom of the list because it's number 25 does not make it a bad pattern. It did not make this list unless it is a solid pattern. I like all these for different reasons. We're gonna go into why some of them I like more than others, why some of them I make more than others, but really you can't go wrong here. So hang tight. We're gonna get all the way to number 1. I think number 1 may be a surprise. I don't know. Number 1's a free pattern, by the way, so stick around for it because if you're not making that one, you should be. Let's get into it. Number 25. The bottom of my must-have list, but still such a good pattern. This is the cow pattern from Mom Stitch Eddy. You know this pattern. I know this pattern. We've probably all seen this pattern. It is popular for a reason. It is such a quick and easy make. It looks like it's gonna be tough. It is not. It looks like it's gonna be hard and take a long time. It does not. It is so easy. It is so low sew. I'm gonna put, here's the picture of the actual pattern. This is my Apple Pencil because it's also my magic wand. This is my magic wand is going to put up, no, I'm kidding. This is my Apple Pencil because I am working off of my iPad and my Notability app. This pattern is $4.95, which is I think a really fair price for this pattern. You can get modifications to it. I did buy a modification. I got this Highland Cow modification for this pattern. I really like it. The modification was 99 cents. At the end of the day, I wish I hadn't bought the modification because it was kind of exactly what I thought it would be. And she does so many modifications. She has taken this one base pattern and turned it into 3 million different things. Every holiday, there's modifications. If you have this one base pattern, there is so much you can do with it. You will remember it. It's easy. You will whip these out like nobody's business. Just boom, 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 cow. Boom, 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 cow. You can do it different colors. It doesn't have tons of crazy color changes. Designed that way on purpose, right? Because sometimes cows have all the little patches and that can get cumbersome to make. It can be, I don't want to say I'm lazy, but sometimes I'm just too lazy to do a pattern that's going to take me extra work. Okay, fine, I said it. I'm lazy. And so a pattern like this that is a super cute cow without having to do crazy color changes makes me really happy. I promise I will not talk about all of them this long. It's really cute. I've sold a few of them already. Let's just put this one back. Mom Stitch Eddy, number 25, and now we are off to the races. What do you know? I do have this one. This is the Tallulah pattern. And it's number 24, which is really low on my favorite list for how much I love it. There are a couple reasons I put it low on the list, but the biggest one is that it's an expensive pattern. This is a $10 pattern, and that is the only thing that makes me love it just a little less. It's a lot to pay for one pattern, and if you're buying lots and lots of patterns like I do, I buy lots and lots of patterns, you have to make tough choices. And so that's why I didn't buy this one for a long time until I was doing the turtle roundup and you guys gave me a great excuse to buy it. Will you be disappointed if you buy this and pay $10 for it? I don't think so. It's just a really good pattern. So would I pay $10 for it again? I would, but if I were doing this again, even better, I would buy the bundle pack that includes this one and the smaller one. That's just me. That's what I would do. This is by Raven and Jade and on Etsy. Next, this is a free pattern. Number 23 is a free pattern. It is a platypus pattern, and it's a pretty good sized platypus. Here it is here with the picture that is on the blog. This is from Not Too Shabby's blog. I'll have it linked below. However, here's a picture of my platypus because I do the feet a little differently. I didn't love the big bobble stitches. I felt like they were too small for how big this plush turned out. So I did a different kind of foot, almost like I would do for a penguin or a duck, the kind of like almost webby kind of looking, but that's what I did. That's what I did. So I changed this one around a little bit. That's why it's lower on the list. It's honestly, I love how it turns out when I make it. I only put it a little because it doesn't require that modification to be as cute. And as it's written with the bobbles, it's just a little lower on my list. If you were gonna do the modified feet, it would have moved up several notches. Love this one. Okay, this one, I can't believe this one's so low either. Number 22, there's just so many good patterns. Number 22 is Flipsy. This is Flipsy. It's from Kawaii Cuddlebug, Julie on Etsy. And this is such a cute pattern. It's only 99 cents. If you don't have this pattern, add it to your cart. And the next time you check out of Etsy, you won't even notice the 99 cents, but you will be so glad I sent you to get Flipsy because this is so much cuter than your average leggy frog. So much cuter. Is it a little harder to make? It is a little harder to make than your average leggy frog. Mostly only, honestly, only because of the eyes. These eyes do need to be sewn. These eyes do need to be sewn on. They are not no-sew, and most leggy frogs are no-sew. That's really it, just the two pieces. So that doesn't seem like a big deal, right? But there's just something about the way they are. You don't have a lot of space to put the safety eye, for one. It doesn't take a whole lot of fluff, a lot of polyfill to fill it in, so that's all good. But because it's so little and you're trying to keep the polyfill in there and sew it on, it's just a little fiddly. It's a little fiddly, but worth it. I'm telling you, it sells out way before the leggy frogs every time I take it somewhere. It's such a cute pattern. Okay, number 21 is iconic. Iconic, number 21 from my channel. I feel like this should be our mascot. Number 21 is Ratbear. Ratbear is on the Lovecrafts website. It's a free pattern. Here it is here. This is what it's supposed to look like. You can go find it on Lovecrafts and make it just like this. Or if you have trouble with muzzles like I do, muzzles are not my friend. I'm not really good at muzzles. Yours might turn out to look like mine. Here's a picture of Ratbear. We know him. We love him. Is he a rat? Is he a bear? I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I don't know that it does, but I love him just the same. This was just a fun pattern to make. I really do like it. Number 20. Oh, we are moving slow, guys. I gotta pick up the pace. Number 20. I love this pattern so much. I love this pattern so much. This is so much easier to make. This is from Amigurumi Today. They actually have an app. If you don't, it's a free app, Amigurumi Today. If you don't have the app, you might want to download it because they have an insane number of free patterns on their app. So many, so cute. Now they're almost all done in worsted weight yarn. So if that's your jam, you probably already have this. If it's not, I suggest trying it because here is this hippo, this dancing hippo from their website, right there. And here is the one that I made out of Parfait Chunky. And I made one out of Parfait Chunky and one out of Loops and Threads. It's so cute. It is so cute, guys. And it worked out pretty quick. The arms are crocheted in. I don't know, if I saw this, I would want to have it. Am I the only one who loves hippos like that? Maybe. All right, number 19. This is a paid pattern. I love this pattern. It is a shark pattern from Palms and Posies US on Etsy. I'm going to show it right here. It is really cute. It looks simple. It has a mess of color changes. So many color changes. And so I have to be in a certain mood to want to make this. None of them are hard. They're not hard, but every single row for so many rows has a color change in it. But when it all comes together with the fins and the little gills on the side of the shark, it looks so good, guys. It really, y'all, it looks so good. It was a hit. I have to recommend this one. It's $8. It's a little lower on the list because I think for what this is, $8 is a hefty price tag for this pattern. Would I buy it again? I think I would. I bought it the first time and I like it more now. Moving on. Number 18 is another paid pattern from Etsy. This one is from Stitch Sister Co. This was one of the very first patterns I bought. It's these angelfish. They're so cute. You could do endless things with these. There's modifications within the pattern, so you can do different types of fins or tails to, you know, whatever your preference is. You can do it a solid color, you can do it stripes, you can rainbow that baby out. And it's got both the large and the small fish with it. It is also an $8 pattern, and I just said that that's a little high for me. This one I don't mind so much because you do have the bigger and the smaller and some modifications for them. And it's a super simple pattern. It's really fun to make. I learned a lot making this pattern. I love patterns that teach me something. And this pattern, the way they work, it starts at the nose and works back. And the way that it starts and works back was just very clever. It taught me new skills that I didn't have before. And the end product turned out stinking adorable. So this is a good pattern. Number 17. This is a classic. I feel like it's a classic. It's really not. It's not like it's been around for years and years and years, but it feels like a start of a trend. This is the Octo Mom pattern from All From Jade. It feels like this started the trend, for me at least, of the moms and babies. And not only is it adorable with the moms and the babies, and not only does it draw tons of attention and sell really, really well at markets, it's just a really great pattern to make. It's a lot of fun. Each of the tentacles are fun and easy to make. The big octo, fun and easy to make. It's just, you get into a rhythm. There's certain patterns that allow you to get into a rhythm and others that just require you to be very focused because they're just very fiddly all the way through. Well, this is like a really good pattern that just lets you get into a rhythm and relax and kind of have a good time. I was really intimidated. I made this one very early on in my amigurumi journey, and I was really intimidated by how the heck am I gonna get the inside with the babies and this is another pattern that just taught me a lot and made me a lot less scared of trying harder patterns, because this is, I mean, I got lucky for this being my first try at a really challenging pattern for me. That it came from All From Jade. I've said it before, I'll say it again, I'll say it a million times. Her patterns are perfection. She knows that she's dealing with beginners, so she really gives you bit by bit, piece by piece, how to do it. She's just really good. And this pattern gave me so much confidence, and I just felt so proud. This was probably my proudest early on moment when I finished this Octo Mom and the two babies for the first time. It was a really good moment. Number 16, I have a specific, this one. This is what I have on for number 16. This is the Una pattern from the Mama Made Minis book, Knotted Lovey book on Amazon. Okay, I actually am gonna show, really all of these. They've also made a bear in this style from Mama Made Minis. Basically all of her knotted loveys are going to fall into this number 16, because I don't think you can go wrong with literally any of them. This one's a little more like the one that she has on Etsy though, because I did the ringlets, which is different than what she has in the book. I'm not sure why she made them two different ways. I prefer the ringlets, so that's what I did. They are also kind of pricey patterns. You can get a single one for $8, a single little lovey for $8, or a bigger version for $8, or you can get the big and the little, like a mama baby lovey, for $12 in a bundle. Or you can get her book, which has like 16 patterns in it, for 20 bucks, less than 20 on Amazon, or less than 10 if you get the Kindle version, which is what I did. I'm gonna be making all of them. They're Who doesn't love a little knotted Lovey? All right, number 15. This is a classic. This is the classic. Everybody knows it. It's the Club Crochet Triceratops. Here's the picture. I could make these all day long. If you have tried to make this and failed, yes, it can be a little tricky your first time, especially if you've never done the picot stitch before. I don't know if it's picot or picot. I want to say picot, but I think I've heard them say picot. And if you've never done that picot stitch before, yeah, this will hurt your brain. It hurt my brain the first time. And I was like, nope, not making it. And then I revisited it. And honestly, such a good clean pattern. And it turns out really cute. Always a hit. They do not take very long to make. Oh, the other thing that hurt my brain is how to make the horns. It's basically just like a stitch. And I just could not comprehend how that would come together. And it took me a while to kind of put those pieces together in my brain. But it's so easy. Really, it couldn't be easier. It's such a good pattern. It's a classic for a reason. Everybody's making it for a reason. And it is completely and totally free on their website. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Okay, I have another turtle. I think there's 3 turtles on this list. Number 14. This is Scout the Turtle. And I just have a soft spot for this little guy. He's so cute. This is the most recent one I've made. I've made quite a few of them. I've sold quite a few of them. It's so easy. I can make this up in 20 minutes. And I think it looks adorable for that amount of time investment. You can get it on Etsy from Crochet by Callie Shop for $3.50. She also has another pattern that's a little bit more expensive, like $4.50 maybe, that has some modifications like a sunflower or a strawberry thing that you can add to these. Just this plain old Scout the Turtle is perfect for me. Okay, we are back. We're back to my girl Jade, all from Jade. And this is Stella the Squid. I don't know what it is about this one. Let me show you a picture. This is Stella the Squid. You can get it on Etsy, $5.65 from Jade. This is a picture from my display at my last market of the most recent Stella I made. I made it with Parfait XL, I'm pretty sure. It was either Parfait XL or Sweet Snuggles. I just, with the eyes, with the light blue, with the little pink cheek blush, feel like it has this very kawaii look that it just really appeals to me. It just makes me really happy to look at it. And it sold like instantly. It was gone. It was gone within the first hour or 2 of my market. This one's easy to make. I can make this one in an hour-ish, maybe a little less, a little more, depending. It was a good one. All right, this one, this is number 12. Number 12 are the pops, specifically the cable and canvas pops. They have quite a few. I'm specifically talking about the mushroom, the flower, and the jellyfish, because those are the ones that I make. Here they are here from Etsy. She also has a tutorial on YouTube, and every time you show someone how it pops, they just are like dumbfounded. It's really cute to watch. My daughter has one that she stole from me that she keeps in her backpack at college, and she says she just pulls it out and fiddles with it all the time. My mom specifically loves the jellyfish popper, and she has one that I made and one that we bought for her from Jackie at Stormy's Happy Place. And she likes it because she can pop and she feels like she can fiddle with those tentacles. So she feels like she has 2 different fidget toys, and she just has it with her all the time. I'm a big fan of these. Number 11 also pops, but these are different. I like these slightly more. These are the Birdie Pops. The Birdie Pops are from CrochetCrochey, and she made them in collaboration with GwynniezCrochet. They're so cute, guys, look. It's a free pattern on Instagram. You can also buy it on Etsy. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I do that because I want to have the PDF in my files. In fact, I think I haven't done that. I probably will. Funny enough, both CrochetCrochey and GwynniezCrochet have these listed for different prices. So from GwynniezCrochet, you can buy it for $1.24, and from CrochetCrochey, you can buy it for $1.57. You do you. Either way, I feel like that's a steal for these Birdie Pop patterns. They work up so cute. They are so adorable. I love them more than it's probably reasonable to love them. I have only ever made the mallard one. I have not made any of the others. There's something about a good mallard that I just love, and the mallard looks so kind of derpy with his head on this pattern. I mean, they look derpy like on purpose, right? No shade to the pattern. I feel like this was a creative choice to make these birds look kind of, their heads, I like them a lot. I like them a lot, and I have made at least a dozen of them. They're so cute. All right, number 10. I have talked about number 10 recently. Number 10 is this Bear Buddy pattern from Crochet Me Zaddy, my pattern test I just recently did. Here he is. His name's Fred. I really love Fred. Fred has a home here with me. I talked about this before in my vlog. By the way, my vlog disappeared on YouTube. I must have deleted it. I don't know what I did. I don't know if I should put it back up because you've all already watched it. So I haven't yet, but it's disappeared. Anyway, this is Fred. I feel like the lines on this bear are just so visually pleasing. The way he's put together, he just is a delight to... He's just a delight. And love the two-toned ears. Love the cute little tush, the little tail on the little tush. Really love him. You have to go to Crochet Me Zaddy's site to buy him. His site is crochetmezaddy.com, I believe, but I'm going to have it linked below for you. Don't be alarmed. All the pricing is in Australian dollars. It's going to say that this costs $9.69, and it does in Australia. But USD, that's $6.38. And these big eyes, the keeper. There you go, Fred. We have cracked the top 10, people. Do we need a break? No, let's keep at it. All right, number 9. Number 9 is this little chick pattern. Oh my gosh, this little chick pattern I could make all day. It is so cute. I have made it a lot of times in yellow, but I have made it in blue. I've made it in red. I make it in red with a little tuft of yellow, and it looks like an angry bird. People think it's an angry bird and buy it because they think it's an angry bird. And it just takes no time to make. Really, honestly, it takes no time at all. It's such a good little chick pattern. I have made it with jumbo yarn, and it turns out about like this. And I make it in parfait, and it turns out about like this. So super versatile. It is by Stitches by Faye, and it is $2.22 on Etsy. But like I said, totally free on her Instagram and her blog. I'll have it linked below. You guys can decide if you want the PDF copy or if you just want to check it out for free. You will not be disappointed. Number 8 is from Crochet by Jenna. Shout out to Crochet by Jenna here on YouTube. She has such a great channel, and she has been pounding out the patterns lately. This is one of her earlier patterns, and it is my favorite of hers that I've tried so far. This is the Possum pattern. It is $4.25 on Etsy right here. It is so cute. This is my favorite little possum pattern. I have not found a favorite big possum pattern, so I kind of do my own thing. I take an inspiration from a couple different patterns that I've kind of Frankenstein together to make a bigger crochet possum pattern that I enjoy making. But this is my favorite little one. I can knock these out. I have seen many people knock them out and sell them for, you know, $10, $12. I sell these for $18, and they sell instantly. They're just so cute. All the little color changes, I just think they make people happy. I always have both the big mamas and the little babies, and sometimes I think that people just love seeing the little family of possums. They're just so cute. I love them so much. Shout out to Jenna. All right, number 7. I've seen more and more people making this since I first found this pattern. This is the mouse pattern from Toy Story Patterns AU on Etsy, right here. I have made it a couple of times. It's the most ridiculous little mouse. These ears, I swear, to see them in person, you guys don't know. You don't know. They're so big. When you're making them, I think you're thinking, I don't know what you're thinking. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, these ears are too big. They're too big. These ears are too big for this mouse. But they're not. They just are not. They give it so much character and humor, and it's just stinking adorable, and people are drawn to it. I'm drawn to it. I love it, this little mouse. Now, it is on sale. I think I put it right there for $4.76. I have never seen it actually sold for that price. Every time I see this particular designer's patterns, they are always like 70% off. I would say you're almost always going to pay less than $2 for this pattern. And that is such a good deal. It really, it's a nice pattern. Definitely worthy of my number 7 spot on my top 25. Number 6, I'm going back to All From Jade. I'm sorry, guys. I know I have like four maybe patterns of hers on here, maybe 5 patterns of Jade's on here, but they're just that good. They're just that good. This is the Chubby Frog. It's right here. This is another one that is so fast. It's like a 20-minute pattern. It comes together so fast, but something about the design, the way it is designed, just gives it that little bit of quirk and character that make it stand out from some of the other frogs. And which is crazy because it's so much easier than so many other frog patterns I've seen. And it comes together so much faster. I make it almost, I know it's not true. I make it in both the XL yarn and a regular 6 bulky yarn. Either way, it comes out so cute. So cute. Cute little, if you put cute eyes on it, get a little blush going, people just adore it. It's like a little pocket size when you make it in Parfait Chunky. It's just like a little pocket size little froggy. And because it takes no time, it can go in my $5 or $6 or $7 bins. And such a good thing to have for the kids. I really love it. Oh, $3.33. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I searched and searched to see if I could find this for free. I really wanted this to be a free frog. She does so many of her little patterns free that I was like, surely this is free. Can I find it free? I really didn't want to pay for it. And then, but I'm so glad I did. Once I made it, I fell in love with it. I did not want to buy this pattern. You might be in that same position where you're like, no, I'm not paying $3 for that tiny little no-sew pattern, Karen. I wasn't gonna either, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. Worth it. We are into our top 5, people. We are into our top 5. Let me tell you a little bit about our top 5 patterns. First of all, we have 2 paid patterns and 3 free patterns in our top 5. Number 5 is from the Wonder Crochet. Honestly, I could have put several of her patterns in here, but this is by far my favorite pattern of hers that I have done. And it is free, and it is this flower frog pattern. How cute is that, you guys? It is so cute, and it looks so complicated, and it is so easy. If you guys have not checked out this pattern, she is linked in my description. Just go check out this pattern on her blog. It is so cute and freaking just adorable. It is another eye catcher. People really are drawn to this frog stuck in this flower. And you could do, I made it exactly like this. I mean, I didn't play around with perfection there, right? I made it with the green and the pink, but you could do any color petals. You could do as many different froggies with as many different petals as you wanted, and it would still be adorable. It's just so good. And she's the sweetest. She has a channel here on YouTube. You guys, who am I telling? I'm like preaching to the choir here. Her channel is great. She does lots of fun content, and she does so many free patterns. She also does paid patterns, which are also beautiful. She just did this fairy pattern. I'm gonna just stick it up here as an honorable mention. I have not tried it yet, which is why it's not on the list, but I have a feeling I would really like that pattern if I tried it. But I have not tried it yet. I'm not buying patterns that aren't dragons right now. Oh, this one's so good, you guys. Go check out her blog, support her. Check out her blog, check out her Etsy. I'll link both. So good. All right, we have another. I'm gonna hang my head in shame. We have another All From Jade pattern. This is number 4, and if you guys have been asking yourselves, but Karen, the one thing you make more than anything else are those little octos behind you. Why is that not on the list? You would be right to ask that, because of course it's on the list. I make these all the time. I sell them almost never. Why? Because I keep them. Because I make a little octo out of every new plush yarn I buy or I come across, so that I have it for reference and I can share those references with you. This is the Octo Squish pattern from All From Jade, and it is free. It is free on her Instagram. It is adorable. It is also, theoretically, a baby that could go inside the mom. And so the mom was, technically this was maybe on the list a little earlier, because it is part now, I think, of the Octo Mom pattern that she has. But it is different than the little baby that she had when I bought the Octo Mom pattern. This is a newer version. And it is, in my mind, it is the perfect octo pattern. I love it. As far as the no-sew octo patterns go, this is far and away my favorite. I have tried 7 or 8 of them maybe, and this is the one that I feel like comes together the best, looks the cutest, is the most reliable, and is fast and easy to work up. So yeah, that is number 4. Here is where it gets dicey. Number 3 is where I cheated. For number 3, I was only gonna put 1 pattern, but these 2 patterns came from the same creator, and so I put them both. And I tied them right here. They are my pattern. It's not my pattern, but I'm gonna take ownership. This walrus pattern and this penguin pattern. Oh, you guys. There's something about these. I feel about these kind of like I feel about Fred back there. They're just so visually pleasing and appealing when I look at them. They're both from Crochet by Kelsey G on Etsy, and they are $5.65 each. They are totally worth it. They are really great patterns. I love them both. Here's some reasons why. Okay, the penguin. It has color changes, but not the whole way through. We only have to color change for the head, and that makes me happy. Making the body of the penguin is so chill. You are just crocheting your little heart out. It is so chill. I really enjoyed making it. I also, though, really love with this one, and both of these actually, that Kelsey doesn't mind mixing yarns. I feel like that adds something to the pattern. So we are using the plush yarn, actually burnout blanket is what I use. I think that's probably what she used here too. And then she uses acrylic yarn to make the little stocking cap. So you've got this little acrylic worsted weight hat on this penguin. And I just think it gives it such character and interest. From a creative perspective, I just think it's really nice. I really like that. And the walrus, same thing. First of all, the walrus pattern is gorgeous. I love it so much. But the little tusks on the walrus are made out of a worsted weight yarn. And it just, again, it adds just a different kind of dimension and interest and creative vibe for me, and just makes me really happy to look at it and to make it. Not gonna lie, the walrus pattern can be a little fiddly to make to get the right, especially up in the snout, with the tusks and the way you want to shape it. But oh, so worth it. It turns out so good, guys. I love it. I love it. Those are why these 2 are in my top 3. These are so good. And then there were 2 patterns left. Number 2 is not going to be a surprise. Number 2 is from, say it with me, who's number 2 from? It's from All From Jade. It is my last All From Jade pattern on this countdown, and it is Tiana the Turtle. I did not include Tiana in my turtle pattern roundup because I already knew I was obsessed with her. I did include her cousin, the land turtle, Tessa, who I also do love and is not on this list. I don't know why. I love Tiana. And so Tessa, I enjoy making. Tessa's a great pattern. Tiana is so good. All right. On Etsy, I am going to show you guys not the Tiana listing on Etsy, but there's a bundle listing where you can get both Tiana and Tessa. And I'm telling you, that is the way to go. Get them both. Get them both. That's what I did. So for both, $9.53. Sometimes you can get them on sale. And maybe because it's a bigger pattern bundle, you might wait for that. But you won't be sad. I do not love the original Tiana fins, flippers, the flippers that she has, the little feet. I do not love the first set. They found them kind of fiddly to make and to stuff, and they just weren't my favorite. But I really do love the half moon flippers. She calls the original ones more realistic, and they probably are more realistic, but the half moon ones just give me the vibe that I'm looking for, and they're just, I mean, it couldn't be easier to make them. And the way that she describes how you attach them has been such a game changer for me. How she attaches specifically which stitches on the flipper go to which stitches on the shell is a game changer for me on positioning. Like, you put it together and it looks so good. And before that, I mean, I see other people who have made other patterns and their flippers are just, and I think, that's not an All From Jade pattern. That's not Tiana. That's a different pattern because hers are just so clean and so consistent, and you just can't go wrong. But moving on, we have finally made our way to number 1. If you gave me a skein of yarn and a hook and said, you just have to make something, just choose something to make, you can only make one more thing, what's it gonna be? I would 10 out of 10 times tell you, I'm gonna make this spider pattern. This spider pattern is free on Ravelry from a designer named Cassandra Babb. Check her out on Ravelry. This is a free pattern, guys. And it is easy and fun, and I really love it. And if it was the last pattern that I could make, this would be the one. 10 out of 10 would recommend this pattern. The only thing I do different, because I do tend to do things different, the only thing I do different is that this shows one set of eyes, and I will oftentimes put on multiple sets of eyes just to make it a little creepier spider. The big set of eyes, and then maybe a medium size and a little teeny tiny eye. But I don't always do 3. Sometimes I'll just do the 2. And it's such a hit. Everywhere I go, people love the spiders. Love them. I've made at least, I don't know, 10 or 15 spiders. I'm making one right now for my friend, Princess Adrian. Hi, Princess Adrian, if you're watching this. Princess Adrian and her mom have a YouTube channel called Raising a Disney Princess. I'm going to link it. Princess Adrian has autism. She's an adult with autism. She's a delight, and her mom is a delight. But yes, the spider. The spider pattern is the pattern to end all patterns for me this year, and I am waiting for something to come along that I like better. I'm super excited to see if something does. Anyway, these are my top 25. Thank you guys for indulging me while I shared them with you. If there are some surprises on here, please let me know. If there are any patterns on here that are in your top also, let me know. And if there is something that you think that I absolutely have to try and that it's good enough to break its way into this top 25, hit me up. I want to know. I want to know. I'm always looking for that next amazing pattern to make. But for now, this is what we have. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. It is super fun, like always. We have a bunch of fun things coming up. I've got so many new yarns to test. Who could imagine there were so many? The Dragon Pattern Roundup is on its way. And until next time, we'll be back. Bye.